Hey, Dave. Obviously, you've kind of managed Max during All-Star games and stuff like that, but has anything kind of surprised you as you've seen him work for a regular season start?
No, nothing surprising. Very good teammate, which I knew. Very intentional work, focused work, which I knew. Loves to watch baseball and is a baseball player. So nothing different. Haven't seen him yet on his start day. I'm just kind of letting him do his deal. But I expect him to just come in with that energy that we've seen for so many years.
And adding a guy like him, obviously we kind of saw what bringing Albert did, just kind of bringing a veteran presence like him to the position player side. Can Max kind of do the same thing for some of the pitchers, you think?
I do. I do. I think that the what we have in place as far as ball players, culture, mindset is where it needs to be. But when you add a player like Albert, his track record, a guy like Max, his track record, and the sole goal is to win a championship, that only enhances what we have.
And then with Kershaw and Gonsolin, what's kind of next for them? How are they doing?
So they're just kind of in idle mode right now. I think that neither one is playing catch, and we've got to get the pain to dissipate. And when they pick up a baseball and start their progression, it'll be news. But right now, we're just kind of holding right now.
Kind of the last one for me with Canabo. I think he's thrown his fourth time today. What's kind of how many more do you think he'll need, and what's kind of next for him to kind of clear before he joins you guys?
Yeah, I think after the 1+, I think it was yesterday, he'll take a couple days off. So if you look at the calendar, Wednesday, Thursday, so over the weekend, I think that next week when we go on the road to Philly, I think then it's a real possibility. So let's get him through this week, and if all goes well, we'll see him sometime next week.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Fabiana Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. With things being where they are with Gonsolin and Kershaw, I mean, how much do you guys feel like you need another veteran starter who can sort of step in there?
I think it certainly would be helpful. Obviously, adding Max, Walker, Julio, and David has really stepped up and stepped in for us and given us huge innings. So to lose Tony and Clayton for the time being, to have a guy that you can trust and go deep in games is important. So, I mean, we've always talked about depth and specifically to pitching. I think that we've tapped into that depth, where we're at right now.
And then moving Bellinger down to the 8th spot in the order. I mean, what have you seen of him recently? And is there a point where you start to have to worry about confidence, whether it's when you move him down or just the results?
Well, he's grinding. He's been grinding. It's been a difficult time for him, trying to perform at this level and still trying to, get the shoulder strength, that front shoulder strength when you're recovering from a surgery, which Dodger fans know, whether it's Adrian Gonzalez having to go through that, Matt Kemp going through that same type of thing. It's that second year is tough. That first year out is tough. Cody's going through it. And so I think for me, continuing to try to run him out there and give him confidence to get that swing right. But, the guys that are playing, we still need to win baseball games, and that has to be, the most important thing.
Thank you, Dave.
Next question is from Bill Plaschke. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Doc, the narrative around town is that you've seen it. This guy's come to rescue the rotation, save the season, bring you guys another championship. Is that too much pressure put on him, and do you think he's built for this kind of pressure?
He's definitely built for this. I don't think he feels pressure, but I think save our season is a little aggressive, where I think that we're doing okay, but he's a big piece. We expect him to kind of be who he is, but I just don't think that, he feels that pressure. And a guy like him, the expectation is as great as it can be, wherever he goes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from JP Hornstra. Go ahead, JP.
Hey, Dave, just to follow up on the question of Cody going down to the number 8 slot. I remember last year Max was battling the hand thing, and it took him a while to get over that, but you pretty much had him in the middle of the lineup every day. What kind of goes into the decision of let's leave this guy here where he is in the lineup versus let's move this other guy down?
Well, I think if you look at every situation, every player is different. But I think that even with Max, he was still getting on base and helping us, in his role right there in the middle of the order. And I think that right now to give Cody a breather, let the game come to him, hit him at the bottom, you can still do that. But when you still have a 380 on base like Max did, it's still a lot of value.
You have your starting pitchers for Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
We'll have that out. But I think that Julio's going on Saturday, I think. So Walker, we're still talking about it. But I do know that we're giving Julio an extra day.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.